Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another video here in my channel. Another show of strategies, tactics, and boosts for FNA class events. And Christmas is coming, so we have the annual Christmas event by FNA class. And this year, for this Christmas event, we are going for the qualifying to the United States, Hungary, Brazil, and Singapore. And for our opening and final round, we are visiting Australia, France, Austria, United Kingdom, Belgium, Japan, Canada, and Abu Dhabi. Our boosted driver for the Christmas event is Lewis Hamilton, and the boosted parts are the Flux and True Grit. And here is a nice opportunity for all of us that use the Mirage and Claw, maybe to try the Flux and True Grit now that they are boosted. There is a dispute here between the FNA class community. Which is better? Shall we use the Flux or the Mirage? Shall we use True Grit or the Claw? Well, there are some pros and cons for each part. Maybe we will make a video for this. We'll see. It would be interesting. But for now, let's test them on the field. And of course, we have the event boost, which is the Reindeer. It's a good boost. It was introduced, if I'm not mistaken, it was introduced in the last exhibition Speed Pass. So maybe we'll take some of them. Okay, so let's start with our tracks for the qualifying, and our first track, the United States of America, Austin. And here is a track that we need a lot of speed, and we need overtaking, but mainly we need a lot of speed. So that's why it's let's go back and see. It's a very fast track, especially in sector 2. The straight there is very fast. You can reach very very high speeds, and the overtaking at the end of this straight, where it says speed trap, exactly there, the overtaking there is a must. But not we do not mainly overtake only there in the end of the big straight. Even in the corners here in Austin, we have a lot of overtaking, so that's why we need speed or overtaking. And let's go back to our table here and see. Okay, forget about the this is a mistake. I forgot to erase the wet conditions. But we are going with our first driver, 2 pit stops. The undercut, that means the first stint 2 laps with a soft compound, and the other 2 stints with the soft compound also 3 laps each. Dead fast or gladiator, maybe Eclipse or Hex. You can go with any of these boosts. Even you can go with Lumberjack, which is a very fast boost. But with 2 pit stops, 3 set of tires, we don't need tire usage so much. So that's it. For our second driver, we can go with our traditional 1 pit stop 4 laps with the medium compound for both stints, and Lumberjack and Street Shark, because to go 4 laps with a medium compound we need some tire management. But I would tell you this time, for your second driver, go again with the 2 pit stops. The first 2 stints, 3 laps with a soft compound, and the last stint, the third stint, go 2 laps with a soft compound. And again, Dead Fast Gladiator, Eclipse and Hex, whichever you want. Tomorrow I'm going for my first driver 233 and one of Dead Fast Gladiator, Eclipse or Hex, and my second driver I will go 3, 3 and 2, all with a soft compound again, and one of the 4, Dead Fast Gladiator, Eclipse or Hex. If you don't like it, okay, you can go with the second strategy with 1 pit stop. I know that many of you think that, okay, 2 pit stops, we're going to lose a lot of time. Yes, but the speed that we can, the high speed that we can achieve in this track, I think it makes up for the lost time in the pit. So anyway, 3 strategies, you can pick the 1 that suits you the most. And our second track is Hungary, and here excuse me, I'm still not well. So in Hungary, Hatch has given us 100% wet race, so not so much to do. We're going for a wet race, and here we have, let's go to the second strategy first, which is simpler. We are going 1 pit stop and 2 equal stints, 4 laps each. I would mainly recommend you to go with the Hex boost here, because if we're going to try to overtake anybody in a wet race, which is very difficult as we all know, well, Hex is the best boost to help you do it. Alternatively, if you don't have Hex, you can use Char, so you can push a little bit more because it gives us tire and fuel. So that's it for the second driver. For our first driver, 5 laps the first stint, 3 laps the second stint. This is the strategy for our first driver, but we have one strategy, 3 different tactics depending on the boost we're using. So let's get down to it to see what I was thinking when I was writing this down. So the first tactic, it's by using the Prince boost. It gives us great blocking, so it is difficult to overtake in wet conditions. With Prince, it will be almost impossible to get overtaken. So the first thing we want to do with Prince is not lose any positions. The second is having being a little bit not worried. If we don't worry for our 6, then we can start pushing a little more, trying to find some place, maybe an opportunity to overtake someone. but mainly stay close to the ones that are in front of us, and maybe overtake them try to overtake them in the last 3 laps, where we could have more opportunity to go on the red. So that's the Prince is a little bit with the Prince it's a little bit of a passive approach. Then we can go with the Dragon and have the tire usage for to push even when we go in the first 5 laps with wet compound, and maybe overtake someone, and maybe gain some positions and go in our pit stop in a better place. The third tactic, which I'm going to use tomorrow, is by using TuneIn, and if you don't have TuneIn, you can use Wood, and that's because of something I told you last week. I don't remember the track, but it was again about raining, wet weather conditions. As we said, we cannot overtake during in the race, in the track, when it's wet weather. So we can overtake them by making a very quick pit stop. TuneIn gives us +2, I think, if I remember well, in for raining conditions, for wet weather, so it's good. It gives us 4 in corners, which is useful in Hungary. It has a lot of corners, and of course gives us 4 in pit stop time. So it will TuneIn will help us stay close to the ones that are in front of us, and it will help us make a very quick pit stop and maybe gain some positions while the other cars that were in front of us are still pitting. The same strategy, 3 different approaches. You can go whatever suits you most. I think tomorrow I'm going with TuneIn and Hex. That's 99%. This is how I'm going to run tomorrow. And of course, because I'm telling you how I'm going to run the qualifying tomorrow, don't forget that on Wednesdays, Saturdays and Sundays we go live on the channel, and we go live for the qualifying, the opening and the final round, and I'm waiting you to join these live sessions. So that's why you have to subscribe. Whenever I'm live, you will get notified and join the action. I know that many of you maybe in the past have joined my live sessions and see that it was all in Greek, but this won't be the case from now on. Okay, I'm saying hello in Greek when I start, but if anyone of you join the chat room and say hello, just pass by and just say hi. We are making the live in both languages, English and Greek. So some of you have come, have visited, and we have had a very good time all together. So you can join the company, and when you join the live sessions, you will see that we can be all together. So I'm waiting for you from this Wednesday and on. The lives will be in both languages. so we can be one big company, as we say here in Greece. So let's continue with the qualifying. I'm waiting you tomorrow in my live session, and we were in Brazil. This is Brazil. A very quick, very a track that needs a lot of speed, and that's why we have chosen the fastest of the fast. This is Fast and Furious. Our first driver, 5 laps with a medium compound, 3 laps with a soft compound. We are going with Dead Fast or Lumberjack because we need a little bit of tire management for the first stint, for the 5 laps with a medium compound. So that's why you don't see Eclipse or Hex for our first driver, or even Gladiator. For our second driver, we are going again 1 pit stop, 4 laps with a soft compound and 4 laps with a medium compound for the second stint. The first stint with a soft compound, we are going a little bit, we are going on the yellow. We're just getting the rounds, pass by. We don't need to push a lot if we don't have enough tire management from our driver. We just go for the first 4 laps. The boost, Eclipse or Hex, and the soft tire will give you enough speed even to overtake without using the red button, so don't worry about that. But in the second stint with the medium compound, we have the tire that we need, and we have the speed with Eclipse or Hex to go there again, fast and furious. So that's it for Brazil. Lots of speed, lots of fuel is going to is going to be used. And for our last track is Singapore, which is a track that we all know that the best strategy to go here is 1 pit stop, and that's how we are going with both of our drivers. Most overtaking takes place in in sector. Okay, I've lost it, it's a little bit upside down. Okay, most overtaking is taking place in sector 2, which is in which is the blue section of the track. Okay, this track needs a lot of corners, grip, no speed needed here, so that's why we are going 3 and 4 for one driver, 4 and 3 for our second driver. First or second driver, it's the same thing here, but and the boosts are the same for both drivers. Choose one out of the 4 we are saying here, we are suggesting here. Well, there are even more, but there are more boosts that have corners or grip. You can use them too, but here for now let's stay traditional. Let's stay to the same route that was successful last time. Jin, Kawai, Nazar and Skull are the 4 boosts we suggest here. And if you want to hear me, if you want to take my advice, Skull and Jin may be the best of the 2, of the 4, out of the 4, but your choice. We are just giving suggestions here. So that's it for Singapore, and that's all for our qualifying. As I told you during the video, tomorrow we are going live for our qualification races. So I'm waiting for you to come and join me in the live action, and we can talk about strategies live there too. We can talk about the game. We can talk about lots of things that we have in common. So subscribe to get notified when I'm live. Stay tuned, and I hope this video was helpful, and it will help you qualify for the weekend. Stay tuned, and till next time, I hope for all of us the best racing results. Bye.